Okay, clay is all dry, and this part is the troubleshooting segment of this video. The air or paper clay air dries, but it has some issues. So these are the pieces from earlier. They're all dry now, and you can see a lot of them are really bowed and curved and bent. Okay, once you make your clay and you set it aside to dry. Oh, and by the way, these trays, I get these trays at the dollar store for $1 each. I did just see them at Walmart for 88 cents each, and I probably have 20 of these. I use them for everything, so there's a quick little tip for you. Now, what I did with these was I let them just completely air dry and bow out, and this is what I ended up with. There's a couple things you can do. This is another batch I did, and this batch right here I let dry overnight. You want to let it dry enough to get your pattern stable, okay? And it takes overnight, and I'm in Colorado. I'm in a pretty dry climate, so it takes overnight for the pattern to stabilize, to be dry enough for that. And then what I did was I got them all together, and I took a book. You can take cardstock pack like this, or a book about this size. I don't know, what is this? This is 8 by 11, so close to that. They fit nicely in the tray. And then after overnight, these are still probably 2/3 still damp on the inside. But what I did was I took this and just put it on top, and I had to walk away for, gosh, like 5 to 7 days. And what I would do periodically, it's a long time, dry time to do it this way, but you get your pieces flat. So it's worth it to me, and I make a gigantic batch every time I do it. I buy like 2 packs of air dry of paper clay, and then I go for it. So then you could just take this off and let it air a little bit, and then once they start to curl again, put this back on top. That's one solution. There's 2 more solutions. Another solution is, you see how bowed this piece is right here? It's really bowed. You can put a ton load of glue on it and glue it to your project bowed. So there is 3 solutions actually, but what you can do with this is you can snap it, and a lot of times I'll snap it. I'll make an effort to do a better angle, but with that solution, then you can take your artwork and you can put broken pieces of paper clay on your artwork, and it really adds to make it look ancient. It definitely adds to the beauty for me. So I love that solution. There's another solution. And then the last solution that I found is, and I don't do this, and I don't recommend doing this because it's messy and it's just a hot mess, period. But you can. And that's, you take your clay, this piece is pretty badly bowed, and you spray it on both sides with water. And then it's going to take a few minutes for that to activate. And what will happen is it'll soak into the clay. And you have to do both sides. There's no way around it. That's why I don't do this. I'd rather wait the 7 days. It's such a long time and it's such a bummer. But in the end, your pieces are amazing. So then you gotta flip them. The pattern's stable at this point. I wouldn't worry too much about losing your pattern. I really wouldn't worry at all about this because I wouldn't do it. But I want to give you another solution. So everything's flipped, and I'm gonna give it another spray. And then once you get it all sprayed, of course you're gonna have to put a book on it. Put some weight on it to make them stay stable. These are in okay shape. That corner on this tile is, let me show you, it's bowed. But aren't the tiles fabulous? These are so awesome. And you can make tiles out of buttons. You can make tiles out of any kind of texture and then just cut your tile size. I like this stamp because it makes automatic tiles for you. You just cut them right at the line. Okay, so now we've got our hot mess going, and I'm going to take this pack of cardstock and I'm going to slap it on here. Here's another thing. You've got to find a book that fits well. Luckily, this is still in the wrapper, so I'm not going to mess up my paper. But you got to get them all in there, and you got to do this even if you dry them the other way. But this will work in a pinch. Now I would add more weight to this too because the pattern is established and you really want to straighten them out. But I really prefer to do this and to not allow them to get in that warped state to begin with. It's just better, it's cleaner, it's easier. The weight is long, but hey, you know what? For good art, it's worth it. So, all right, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please like and subscribe for more. Thanks so much for watching. Real quick, I've got one more quick tip for you. I learned this from Painting with Jane. Thank you so much, Jane. And if you love to paint, she's got a great channel. She's taught me so much. My canvases, this is a 4x12 canvas, and it was really bowed. After I worked it, because I really work wet, I get my stuff so wet, and it can bow the canvas so and make it pucker in places. So in order to get your canvas tight and taut again, very simple solution. You just flip it over to the back side because the back side's not treated with gesso, and you take your handy dandy water bottle and you just spray it and you let it sit and dry. Probably take overnight, but the corners, I usually see a lot of ripples in the corners here, so I just get in there like this and really get that squirt bottle down in there, and then as this material, this canvas material dries, it shrinks up and it makes your canvas taut and beautiful and like you never ever had to do it to begin with. So thanks again, Jane. Have a great day.